Good evening. Monday, July 1st, Newton Historic Preservation Commission meeting. We'll start now. Agenda. First on the agenda is consider approval of June 3rd, 2024 minutes. Has everybody read the minutes?
Mr. Chairman, I would move for their approval.
We have a first.
I'll second.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Same sign for those that do not approve. Motion passes. Review of 619 North Main, the new front facade windows. Will Rebecca be speaking first on this?
Yes, commissioners. If you can hear me okay, I'm going to go ahead and give you a quick review like I usually do. I am very humbled that you're all taking this unusual approach tonight, so I appreciate your cooperation. 619 North Main, also known as the Boyd Building, is known more familiarly to you all as the Etc. Shop. They are looking to remove their front windows and replace them. You'll notice in your application and the district nomination that the 6 bays of the double sash windows were considered original. These are the ones that they're on the front facade. They are wanting to remove and replace with a historic window. You'll notice that in the rest of the packet, it is a wood-clad window with a more modern insulated glass. They have been working with me for a number of years now through another previous manager at the location to find a more modern window replacement. You'll notice in the windows that they have in the photos that they are missing their glazing and there is some deterioration. The facade had been repaired a number of years ago, but during the repair, there was definitely some structural pieces that did not get fully repaired. So they were hoping that a modern window would help with some of their energy needs upstairs and a few other things. So in my review, you'll notice that while deteriorated architectural features are asked that they're repaired rather than replaced, for a replacement product, the one that they have proposed does fit both the standards set by the Department of the Interior and our local design standards. And I would stand for any questions.
Any questions?
Looks like they might need new windows.
They do need new windows. I've been up there.
That's what I'd say.
Do we need the ownership to management to speak, or can we move on with this, or would you like to speak? Okay. We have a motion to approve the certificate of appropriateness application.
I'll make the motion to approve.
We have a motion first. We have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
All not in favor, same sign. Looks like the application's approved. Congratulations. It's going to look very nice. And it went that fast. You bet.
It's your right selection.
Moving on, review of 200 North Main, new front and south windows. Rebecca?
Thank you, Chairman. It is window time. I know you guys have been getting a lot of these, so I do appreciate you coming out on a Monday night because we have a lot of work going on right now on Main Street. This window repair is a little different than we usually bring to you. In this instance, there was some damage done by the storm, if you'll remember, a few weeks ago. And this repair is not what we would consider normally what we would put forth. These are vinyl windows going in with those same 1/1 sash look. And the applicant has expressed to me that they would be leaving the current wooden window framing itself and be just inserting these windows. Again, that's not our typical highest and best practice, but we're dealing with a situation where they're fixing this from damage. The insurance, from my understanding, only covered a portion of them, but they are wanting to bring them all up to a better condition than they are. The current windows seem to be placed in a kind of similar manner, so they are not currently the original windows. So this, again, is one of those items where I can bring you what may be best practice, but it's certainly within your purview to approve. And again, this is a little bit of a more unusual case where the repair needs to be expedited due to the storm damage. So, but this still does keep with the same look and feel. It's just not the material we would hope for in this kind of a repair situation.
And currently, there's wood windows in there now?
No, there's a mix of vinyl and aluminum frame, and it's a little bit of everything at the moment.
So it would make it look a little bit better.
It would consolidate the look, and again, we're still having the 1/1 look and feel. And again, another reason I felt comfortable bringing this to you is that, and I would make sure that this is clear when we issue the certificate of appropriateness application, we will be asking that they retain the original wooden window itself, and that this is actually just set in, so it doesn't damage or destroy that portion of the resource. So if somebody wanted to go back at a later time and bring them up to a higher level of restoration, that would be available.
Commissioners, any comments, questions?
My only kind of comment question is that the project description was for 17 windows, but it looks like the bid was for 15.
Well, Kelly, I'm doing it, so you can speak.
Go ahead.
Come on up, Terry.
Please do.
There's 8 down the front and 7 down the south side. And Kelly added, after we get the first bid, the 2 on the back. So the 2 on the back will probably not be part of the historic, you won't see them. But
Okay,
first
nope,
bid was for the 15, and it was 8 down the front, 7 down the south side.
perfect. Thank you.
I'm just doing replacement, so I had bid for Kelly to keep the budget down as a replacement. So the existing frame is going to be there. The interior trim is all going to be there. We're just replacing the sashes.
All of them are going to be the same, Terry, is that right?
Will we have to amend anything on the application for those other 2 windows, Rebecca?
No, the application.
Oh, 17.
Not on the application, but if that's the motion, is to make sure it fits all of those, yes, we will need to put that in there. So when we issue the certificate of appropriateness and the letter of review, that it's so noted and that those other 2 are in the back. Thank you for that.
Would that be okay to amend it with that? Okay.
Any other questions, comments? I make a motion that I ask for a motion that we approve
The motion, remember, and I don't know if you got it
As
as
amended?
clearly on the previous one, but you'll need to make your motion is that it does not damage or destroy the historic resource, and that you want to approve the application with the amendment to 17 windows as presented in the product description.
exactly, she said it for me.
I'll make that motion. Aubrey. You got it?
Yep, I got it.
I will second that motion.
We have a first and second. Everyone approval? Say aye.
Aye.
Not approved, say same sign. Passes. Thanks, Terry. Moving right along.
All right.
Review
Well,
of
the last
717 North Main.
Yes, thank you so much. So 717 North Main, you may remember that the current owner has come to this body just a bit ago to work on some interior remodel as they moved it from the Votes Parga usage to a Heartland Pregnancy Care and Family Life Services. And today they come to you with a request for a new sign. You'll remember from probably just your current driving that the Votes Parga signs were 3 small wooden signs that sat over the covered transom. This sign would sit in the same place and is going to be cut out of a metal. I think it says in here it's a 1/4 inch thick aluminum plate letters with the logo. And you'll see that in your images that are hopefully up on the screen. It's still going to go in that covered transom and being lit by those above head lights. So it's fits within both of our sign guidelines for the city and our sign guidelines for our historic preservation district. Because it's going on that covered transom, would not be in terms of damaging or destroying any of the historic property, and so we would ask that you would approve this at tonight's meeting.
Rebecca, there was a note in here about a sign on the north wall too, to replace those other circular signs. Is that part of this?
And no, the applicant had brought two potentials, and before we went to the meeting, I think it was late in the week last week, they had determined which sign. So I apologize for keeping that in there. But yes, it would be the one that should be on your screen right now. That would just say Hope Women's Center right above the covered transom. And then they're doing a matching decal on the door.
Okay, thank you.
But nothing to be acted on the north side. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. Unless the applicant is there and needs to correct me on that. But I did not see that in my application. That was removed. That's my understanding.
Any other comments, questions? Anyone like to speak on the behalf?
Please come to, sorry. Sorry, Greg.
And list your name and address, I guess, is appropriate.
And address?
All right, we don't need the address for this.
Okay, Brent
Gotcha.
Guthrie, Executive Director of Heartland. The north-facing signs, there's the two circular signs currently from Boats Parga. We are potentially looking at replacing those with similar circular signs there, but we do not currently have something that would work in that. So that might be something might come back
Okay.
and do at a later time.
Okay.
But, and the logo will be different. That's a placeholder for the design.
Okay. But it will be the same dimensionality?
Yes, the dimensions and everything will be identical, but the logo, that's a placeholder for it.
And the verbiage would be identical?
Correct. Hope Women's Center, yes.
Any other questions for?
Just one other question. What's the symbol going to look like?
I've got
I
the
just
two
wondered.
perspective symbols on my phone, if you want to see those.
Yeah, just kind of curious.
Sure, I'll come up.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
And I will remind the commissioners that while we can look at the images, due to freedom of speech laws and how that fits in with our sign code, we cannot actually adjudicate on anything would have to do with the images or the words. So we can only look at size, material, and installation in our decision tonight.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Any other comments, questions? Seek a motion for the certificate of appropriateness application for the signage on the address.
I'll move to approve. It does not damage or destroy, and it's within the guidelines, local guidelines.
Very good.
I'm reading this for you.
Second.
We have a first and we have a second. Everyone in approval, say aye.
Aye.
Same sign for those who don't approve. Think it passes? Yay. Any additional comments, Rebecca?
I just have one, and this is just a shout out to our wonderful curator at the Harvey County Historical Museum. You'll notice I've been able to add in a lot more historical photos to your reviews. I'm hoping that they're helpful to you and the applicants. Those actually were the result. They are live on our Historic Walking Tour Pocket Sites app, but you can access them from any device, a laptop, computer. And it's been a really, really great help that we have so many more additional historic photos open and in free use for the public as they're walking around wanting to learn about Newton history, but also for staff, as it's really great to be able to pull historic photos and have that right available. So just wanted to put a shout out. That was funded by a National Trust for Historic Preservation grant last year.
Awesome.
And that's all I have for you tonight.
Looks like we're adjourned.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca.
city business, it's not be planning.
You're gonna need to bring that plan.
I'm grand, we do totally different signs, we do different motion, everything's different.
You're gonna need to bring a zoning to your building.
Okay, we're not doing signs.
That's right.